Hey Rattler fans, Ruben Dominguez here with the Rattler Network, and today we have a very special guest joining us in Coach Callaway Mefford. And for those of you that don't know, Coach Mefford was recently hired as the new head volleyball coach here on campus, so we get a chance to talk with her today and see what she's all about. So first, let me say welcome, Coach Mefford. We're glad to have you in the family. Just a couple of questions for you. So we'll start with, you moved to San Antonio here in December. So how has the city been treating you, and how are you liking St. Mary's?
I like it a lot so far. It's been a complete difference from Miami. Miami was just a different place, different culture, different city, but I'm enjoying it, and I really enjoy St. Mary's. Everyone's very friendly, very nice, very welcoming, and it's been a really great experience so far.
And you spoke about that family and close-knit environment here on campus. What were some of the draws that brought you in to applying for this job at St. Mary's?
A lot of it just goes back to the school I came from was just kind of very familiar to me. It was a small Catholic school, again, very close-knit family. The teams that I always have, I really incorporate that family chemistry aspect just because a lot of these girls, a lot of times they're traveling far away from home. This is their home away from home and their second family. So just everything was very, very similar to me. And I really like the atmosphere that I saw here, when I was on campus, and I just really enjoyed the people that I met, and was just really excited for the challenges of making this program a top program.
You mentioned Miami and working at St. Thomas University. You had 4 years there, garnered 2 Coach of the Year titles. So how do you plan to implement that same success here on campus?
I think a lot of it is really just kind of restructuring the program right now, and building a competitive culture within the program, and making the girls buy into this. And I think they've already bought in, and they're excited for a new start, new fresh start, and we're working on building everything from the ground up right now.
And like you said, that expectation that the girls have, many of the teams on campus are very successful in their respective sports. So how do you see this year going for the girls and that expectation that you have for them?
Right now I think my goal would be for us to finish top 3 in conference, if not higher, obviously. And right now we're in spring season, so we're really working on building strength, building conditioning. We're doing full workouts. They're working out 5 days a week with trainers, with the coaching staff, and right now it's all about getting stronger, getting faster. And then, really just everything is new for them. There's a lot of new structures. There's a lot of new things that they haven't done in the past. So, I think just it's part of just building this process and getting prepared, going into summer to start off strong next year.
As a new coach, I know it's always tough to come into a situation, as people would call a rebuilding year, but as we spoke about earlier, you don't want to really see this as a rebuilding year. Can you touch a little bit upon that and where you want the girls to be come fall?
Yeah, I went into my previous program as well in the same exact situation, to where the team had finished second to last in the conference, and in that first year I was able to take them to finishing second. And I think a lot of that just really came from, a couple of it was bringing in a couple of players that were going to really help us from the beginning, but a lot of it was just really restructuring the program. And I'm all about hard work and pushing the girls to their limits, so that's something that we've implemented since day one, since I got here. So I think a lot of it is just really goes back to kind of the foundation of the program and being able to restructure it to make sure it's going to be on a winning track.
And you've had a couple of weeks to really acclimate to St. Mary's, and you've met some of the people in the office. How do you think these types of people will help bring in some of those recruits and just being the welcoming family that St. Mary's is?
I think that like I said, they're all been very helpful. We're all on the same page about getting this program to be where it should be. So, everyone has the same goals, and I think that helps when you're wanting to work together and work for each other and help each other reach those goals. And, St. Mary's is just a very friendly place. I think even the recruits I've had so far have been able to come on campus and, been able to say, I just feel, it feels nice here. It feels good to be here. People are always so helpful. So, I think just the closeness of the athletic staff says something as well. And I think that recruits will be able to sense that and feel that, and hopefully have a desire to want to be a part of that.
Speaking on recruits, What are some of the things you look for in your recruits, and also what areas and parts of the country do you tend to recruit from?
Some of the things that I would say I look for, on top of the skill would be just some of the intangibles, like their communication on the court. How do they react after they, have a bad pass or make a mistake? What's do they have mental toughness? How do they react with their teammates on the court? Are they a good teammate? Do they have good chemistry? And then as far as areas of recruiting, I'm pretty open. I've always recruited a lot from the Midwest just because that's where my roots were from. I have a lot of connections and ties out there. But I know Texas is a big state and there's a lot of good volleyball here. So, I'm completely open to any areas, and a lot of times I'll look for, a certain position from a certain area because certain clubs or certain areas of the country, kind of breed certain positions.
So one of the big things you wanted to implement in the program is the marketing side. You have a background in journalism and communication, and so you got the girls involved in social media a bit. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, we actually had them all set up with their own Twitter account. So each girl has their Twitter account with their initials and then their volleyball number. And a lot of it's just really about marketing the program. And, they can post pictures from practice, they can tell a funny story, they can, say, hey, our game's tonight, everyone come out. So a lot of it's just really marketing. It's good for recruits to be able to see, this is the type of player that you're going to play with if you come here. It's a good way to get people to the games. It's a good way just to really get St. Mary's out there. So I like to use social media a lot, to be able to market to not only the school, but recruits and then just outside in San Antonio.
We thank Coach Callaway Mefford for helping us today. To check out all the happenings with St. Mary's Volleyball, check out the Twitter handle @STMU Volleyball. And for all your other Rattler sports needs, check out rattlerathletics.com. This has been Ruben Dominguez with the Rattler Network. Take care.